Nikhil Lakhwani is joining us live on the broadcast from ITO Delhi. Nikhil, can you tell us about the current situation?
Well, the current situation continues to be grim as earlier, and this is the day 4 of the ITO where this place continues to remain flooded. And we are currently reporting from outside the PWD office, which is also one such civic agency which is also making the effort to make sure the water is removed at the earliest. But this is also one of the biggest failure of all the concerned agency and the department, that despite no significant rainfall in the capital city, they have not been able to remove the water, at least from the ITO side. But you can see in this particular picture, you can see that what is the range as far as the water level is concerned at the ITO place. On the right hand side, where the barricading is of that particular road, so people have been moving in support of that particular site. And there is this other picture where you can see some of the children, they continue to be inside the water despite all the warnings actually which has been given by the administration that they should not go, because there could be any of the pothole, there could be any of the caved in road. We have already seen that how the incident of the droning have taken place since last few days in the capital city because of the heavy rainfall. But on the other side, which my camera person Vikas Kumar is going to show you, that there is deployment of the Delhi police personals to make sure that the traffic flow is smooth as possible, and also they have a duty to make sure that nobody enters inside the water if it is not necessary, which we have shown a while back as to how some kids are continuously taking in fact, they are enjoying the life of their time. So such is the situation at the ITO. But if we talk about the overall impacted places in the part of the national capital, ITO is one such region which has been impacted. There is Yamuna Bazaar as well, which was impacted and affected in the very first place. And there comes the ITO side, which we are reporting from. Red Fort side is another place, and also the Rajghat area, from where next we are going to report live from. So these are the low-lying areas where the government so far have failed to remove the water. But there were some of the water treatment plant which was shut because of the excess rainfall. But now Okhla and Chandrawal, they have restarted their work. And this is something which is a sign of relief for the Delhiites, because 25% of the water supply was affected because of the same. So Wazirabad is one such water treatment plant which needs to be restored at the earliest. So not just the officers from the Delhi government, but also the leaders of the Aam Aadmi Party, they are also making sure to provide the directions. But at the time when they all should work collectively, the verbal is spread, the allegations are being made from both the sides at a time when the officers should listen in as to what their leaders have been saying or what the ministers have been saying. There is allegation from the Aam Aadmi Party side.
Please stay with us. We have another ground report from Pragati Maidan.
आर्मी का जो ऑपरेशन है वो लगातार जारी है, क्योंकि यमुना के जो 32 गेट है उसमें से 4 गेट खोलने की मशक्कत लगातार इंडियन नेवी कर रही है। मेरे कैमरा से आपको दिखाएंगे, ऊपर हाइड्रोलिक मशीन है और नीचे कंप्रेसर है, और नीचे पानी के अंदर जो है वो एक्सपर्ट कूदे हुए हैं। नेवी की एक्सपर्टीज होती है, करीबन 1000 फीट तक पानी के नीचे वो जाके ऑपरेशन को अंजाम दे सकती है। चूंकि ये गेट जो है करीबन 10-15 फीट नीचे तक है पानी के, और इनमें काफी दिनों से मट्टी जमा हो गई है, इसलिए एक चुनौती है कि उस मट्टी को कंप्रेसर से हटाया जाए। यहाँ पर एक जेमिनी करके जो इनकी एक बोट होती है एक्सपर्ट की, वो यहाँ पर इसको भी पानी के अंदर कुदाया गया है। और यहाँ पर एक्सपर्ट अभी आप देख सकते हैं, ये तार लगे हुए हैं। जो इंडियन नेवी, इंडियन आर्मी के जो जवान हैं वो लगातार इस बैराज के ऊपर और पानी के नीचे लगातार मौजूद हैं। कोशिश ये की जा रही है कि चारों गेटों को जल्द से जल्द खोल दिया जाए, क्योंकि अगर आप आगे देखेंगे तो पानी का फ्लो एकदम लगातार बना हुआ है, लेकिन उसे कंट्रोल करने के लिए वो पानी इस तरफ शिफ्ट ना हो, इसलिए अभी पानी को यहाँ पर रोका गया है। और अभी कोशिश है कि ये चारों गेटों को जल्द से जल्द खोला जाए, ताकि जो बैराज से पानी छोड़ा जा रहा है वो यहाँ पर आम सड़कों पे ना आए और उसका फ्लो जो है वो बना रहे। यही वजह है कि लगातार इंडियन नेवी को यहाँ पर बुलाया गया है। दिल्ली की टीम है, इसके अलावा उसमें मुंबई की टीम है, जो लगातार यहाँ पर 4 गेट को खोलने के लिए मशक्कत में जुटी हुई है।
So the flood situation in the national capital continues, but the water level in the Yamuna river has started receding, but the situation still remains grim in the national capital. Now, Prime Minister Narendra Modi also spoke to Delhi Lieutenant Governor V.K. Saxena about the status of flood-like situation in Delhi and the progress that has been achieved in mitigation. Meanwhile, politics has also erupted over the waterlogging and the situation in Delhi. The Aam Aadmi Party has blamed the BJP government in Haryana for releasing water through the barrages it controls into Delhi that caused the flooding that was unseen in several decades. AAP called the floods a conspiracy by the BJP and alleged that the water is being released into Delhi only by Hathni Kund barrage. We have Nikhil Lakhwani, who's live with us from ITO. Nikhil, what is the IMD prediction for today and for the coming days?
Warning, and in fact there has been an orange alert for the capital city. That means if the rainfall, significant amount of rainfall, if it happens in the capital city, then it is going to further add on the woes of the residents of the national capital. Yesterday as well we have seen that some parts of the capital city, including that of Noida, they received rainfall after the prediction. But today the prediction continues to remain same, not just in the capital city but also the Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand as well, that for the next 3 to 4 days they are going to be very much crucial. In fact, in some parts of the Uttarakhand, some cities of the Uttarakhand, some towns of the Uttarakhand, they have also a red alert. That means heavy to extremely heavy rainfall is going to take place in those areas, which means that the river Yamuna, which finds its origin from the Yamunotri in Uttarakhand, and it comes after crossing the state of Himachal Pradesh, that means the water level is further going to increase if excess rainfall is going to take place. So we have to make sure that not just in the capital city but also comparatively low rainfall should take place in those states as well, because the situation continues to be grim here. There are many of the efforts which needs to be further made by all the concerned department, as mentioned by Anand Tiwari as well, where this report was playing out, that Indian Army, Indian Navy as well, they are doing all their level best to open up the further gates so that the proper flow of water could be maintained further in the capital city. So before that, if any of the rainfall further take place, it is going to increase the problem. And this is something, the situation that we are currently reporting from is the situation where the significant rainfall has not been received in the capital city for last 5 days. So imagine what if it rains heavily in the capital city, then we can only imagine that how the drainage system, which has already collapsed, they are further going to backflow the water which is already in the current position. But speaking of the same, again I would ask my camera person to show you the visuals, particularly of those children who are standing at the center of the ITO, which is equally risky at the same time. As mentioned earlier, Anjali, there are many of the children who have lost their life because of the droning, but such is the situation. Even the police personnel who have been deployed in the nearby area, they are also not paying heed. They are just standing, not doing their duty properly, and such is the situation where the incident like this, the droning, takes place. So you can see that is the place where even we are worried to go towards to. So this is the condition of the capital city, and again there are many of the areas which are continuously submerged in water, but places like ISPT, Kashmiri Gate and Civil Lines area, they are now reporting receding and declining as far as the water levels are concerned. Also, the reason is that it comes in the VVIP area. Many of the officers of this senior Aam Aadmi Party government, they reside there, so the work has been done at that particular area at the war footing level. But there are other areas as well where the work needs to be done at the earliest. Back to you.
So the situation that Delhi witnessed in the last few days has raised a lot of questions on the authorities. So what all is being done to in order to avoid such a situation in the future?
आप कहाँ जा रहे हैं? आप कहाँ जा रहे हैं? Okay, so it appears so that there are some of the laborers who are now going towards their work site. It appears so with which we can see that they have been assigned on some particular task. It could be anything by any of the civic authorities, but they all have to work collectively, be it MCD, the PWD officers, from where outside we are reporting from, right adjacent to our side is the PWD headquarter, which is also flooded out of the Yamuna river. But the central government is also making sure that the situation continues to be, it should be restored at the earliest, because this is the national capital, Delhi, where we are reporting from. So we have to also see as to what kind of support is given to the Aam Aadmi Party side, to the Delhi government, especially from the centre, especially from the Home Ministry. But LG as well, we have seen that they are also working round the clock. He has been visiting multiple places. He has been there on the ground zero. He has been working on the field. He has been inspecting in person to see as to how exactly the work is being done. And in case if any of the direction needs to be given, he is also doing that work as well.